What's good, world family? It's your boy Unico Williams back with another episode of What's New 99. We got a lot to get into today. Donald Trump, Joe Rogan, Michael K. Williams, RIP. We got plenty to get into, but first and foremost, what's going on, Zelmay?
You know me, I'm looking cute, I'm looking clean, and I'm looking sexy. Yeah, man, we got a lot to talk about. I heard people want to box. Apparently, more money, more problems.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot going on. How you been? What you been up to?
I'm good, man. Was it supposed to be a break in there for some rain?
Well,
what's going on with you, man?
I'm gonna leave it in there just for fun. We leaving it in 100% just fun. Like, is it a break for some rain? And then that's when the rain gonna come. Well, yeah, back to what we were talking about. How you been doing?
Man, I'm blessed and highly favored, man. It's been quite the challenging week for me. But we learned a lot about ourselves because, Steve came back and said that he was proud of me. Steve from Blues Clues, he came back, he said he's proud of me. He said, I've been gone for 25 years. And, I'm sorry, I just kind of just left. But
I hear the emotion in your voice. I feel it.
He said he was proud of me. And, I didn't know this whole time what kept on pushing me is that I was doing it for Steve for when he finally come back from college. But
he was in college a long time.
Man, he was in college like a mad long time. But he's actually a detective, I think, or a reporter. I don't know. But he said he's proud. I mean, very good spirits. I mean, we got Dallas versus Bucks Thursday here. So I'm excited to watch NFL football that kind of counts. But it's been a challenging week, man. I actually washed my clothes while I was sharing. Well, not my clothes, my drawers this week. So, you know what I'm saying? I took it back to lockdown, man. And, it is what it is, but we almost there. And, I've been watching Clickbait. I just finished that today. So I was super excited to watch that, man. So what you been up to?
I was Clickbait. I heard it's good.
It's like a 9 all the way through, and then the final episode is like a 5 or 6.
I hate when shows do that. I hate when shows be like good all the way to the end, and then the finale be like, what?
Yeah, like the first like there of that whole episode, there's probably 10 minutes worth of that episode that was like a 9 or 10. The rest of it was pretty cheesy, expectable stuff, you feel me, stuff like that. But end of the day, I it's cool. It's worth watching it all the way through for sure. I would definitely suggest anybody watch it. It's been a while since I sat and just watched it. I need to go sit back there and watch Joe's crazy self tomorrow, but we'll get to you at some point. What's happening though, man? What's good?
Yeah, I've been reading manhwa and I've been like happy now. Like reading make me happy, and I forgot how much reading actually make me think and be happy.
What are you reading?
I've been reading manhwa, basically Korean version of manga, which is American comic books. Like somebody right now gonna be really upset. It's not the same thing. It's the same thing, bro. You just upset. It's different styles to each. But it's essentially written with pictures, with bubbles that they talk.
Yeah, all 100%. They're all literally the same thing.
Yeah, just they got different styles of doing it because they different cultures. So of course they're gonna have different styles. It's like having a TV show and then saying over there in Japan it's not television. Yeah, it's television, but it's different. It's on the same box. It's written in a packet that you buy, and you flip the pages. Comic books have the same thing. It might be thinner for comic books. They might do mass ones, but it's the same. They got chapters and vlogs. It's the same thing. But yeah, I've been reading a lot of manhwa, doing a little talking. You know what I'm saying? Doing a little thinking, grinding, trying to figure out new ways to do this show. Like I had a little thing yesterday. By the way, if you watched it, let me know what you thought about it. So I had a little things coming up on the side. I didn't know. I got my little alpha sign. I finally got to use. So I'm using my camera a little more. Using the new program, Audacity, on when I do solo videos. So we're going to try to see how that works. A little pitchy. I had to cut the mic down when I do it, but we learning. You know what I mean? We learning.
Absolutely, absolutely. But the last manhwa that you put me on, that man said, "Come here" with that flip flop.
Yeah,
No, that was
he
that.
still flip. He's still using flip flop on people.
He still got that flip flop on him.
Yeah, now mostly he just wear them though because he fighting like a little stronger people. So he like, yo, he ain't fighting no weak people because he using them to beat up other people. Like, hey, uh, y'all know who I am, and they run off, so he can't use the shoe no more.
Okay, okay. The shoe is like is for the people that don't know.
Yeah, it's advanced tutorial player.
We love it.
Yeah, I've been reading about the Frozen player returns, the max level warrior god returns, auto solo leveling. That one was interesting simply because like he has a button that shows up when he's about in danger, and it says auto. Like you ever played a mobile game?
Yes, I played a mobile
Yeah,
game.
and so you know how it has auto on it when you like doing a fighting mobile game and it just fights by itself.
Yeah.
He essentially has that, and it does like automatic dodge and whatever, no matter what. I'm like, this is probably the most OP fighter. You don't even have to do it, dog. It just does it itself.
Better and better, man. They just keep getting better and better ideas and aging, man.
I'm liking the fact that they can somehow come up with new ways to do the overpowered character because I like these are overdone and they just still finding new ways that still intriguing me that make me want to read it.
Yeah.
Like all of them is not losing in this series, and it's not even close. Like they not even close to losing. All the way through, like this dude come up like, I'm the new strong. Like, is he gonna beat him? He gets slapped one time. Like, okay. But it's still interesting keeping the story. Like I want to find out what his goal is. They do that's why I guess that's how they do it. I want to figure out what their goal is.
Yeah, what's the end game? Like, why did this writer write this? Like,
or why did this OP character just don't be like, I'm chilling because none of y'all can touch me. Like it's boring to fight y'all. Instead, they got like a purpose. Like the 1,000-year warrior guy, like, I want to ruin my mother-in-law because she tried to murder me. So I'm like, oh, that's interesting. How you gonna do it? Because you could I could just run through there and just murk everybody, but then they'll call me crazy. Like, oh, this crazy kid just went out there and just it off to everybody in the show.
Right.
So he like, I gotta figure out how people don't see me as crazy, and I can go chill a regular life on a little territory and don't have to be king or whatnot. It's a very interesting story. Y'all should watch it. It's the I trained for 1,000 years. He trained with Hercules and all. It's a very interesting story.
Oh wow. The backstories. I think that's the cool thing about Asian art, if you will. They are not afraid to take some of their dope concepts and their dope spin on stuff and then borrow from other cultures and then make it dope. Like I remember they had Reign the Conqueror with Alexander the Great. They was retelling his story. That was cool, but it was like, nah, but make Alexander the Great, but like Aeon Flux. Okay, cool. And then they did and then like Full Metal Alchemist, there's like, make these niggas live in Germany, but they got alchemy powers, and then make them fight against Arabic people.
Yeah, speaking of Asian culture, have you seen Shang-Chi yet? Shang-Chi. I keep saying Shang.
I haven't seen a good enough version that I want to watch yet. So they still walking around with them cameras in the movie theater. So I'm just kind of waiting for a better quality one.
This the first movie probably since Endgame that made me smile.
Really?
Yo, when I say, I'm not gonna get spoiler, but the first part is like old school Jet Li, Jackie Chan style Kung Fu, and then the second half like Marvel, and both of them is dope. Some people didn't like one part, some people didn't like the other part, but to me it was dope because I loved both of them. I like how Marvel do their movies, and I like how Shang-Chi do their movies. Speaking of, Venom got his date moved up, so that's awesome. I Let There Be Carnage.
Oh yeah, that's cool. That's what's up.
Yeah, October 1st now. So we got less than a month now. It was supposed to be October, like Halloween, but now it's like, I guess they got less competition on the first because Halloween was gonna come out on Halloween because it always does.
Of course, of course.
Yeah.
And so that's exciting news because cousin and I were talking about that, and I'm gonna swing back around. I just want to like while we were thinking about Shang-Chi, I wanted to. He pointed out to me, he's like, hey, this 10 Rings thing, this group of people or whatever, they got referenced like early Marvel movies, and I didn't
Iron
recognize it.
Man.
Yeah, and I didn't realize it. So that's what I was being told last night. So that's even more reason for me to watch it, like to see that come together.
Yeah, so Kevin, like if you watch Iron Man 1, it's dudes with the real 10 rings that's in the crowd taking pictures of Tony Stark. Like, and the 10 rings kidnapped Tony Stark in the first one. The real 10 rings kidnapped him in the first. And then you had the fake one in the third one, of course. And that dude was in the movie too. He's hilarious. That's a mini spoiler, but it is what it is. I don't care. But it's a really good movie. We got Spider-Man coming out the 17th
of December.
Yeah, of December. Spider-Man, and then after that we got Matrix the next week. Matrix 4.
Okay, so we definitely should have done a reaction video to that because I was like, "What? Did somebody else realize they can be the one too, or what? Why are we back here? Is there an Ultra Mr. Agent Smith virus that's like, what's next? What is next?
Isn't dude from Candyman in that movie?
Oh yeah, he's like not like so. I guess Morpheus is out.
I don't know what's going on in that movie, but it looked cool. I was like John Wick.
Yeah, man, that's definitely the most John Wick that Neo's ever looked. I mean, you gotta think about it. The slick back hairdo thing, that wasn't gonna go for an older Neo. I just feel like at this point, Neo's not gonna be a weird late 1990s hacker. At this point, like it's 2021 now, dog. And you've been out the Matrix. It's time for you to be like this the post-apocalyptic world at this point. And we just what if they're starting to build civilization outside of the Matrix now and try and rebuild the world?
Yo, let's tell the truth about Keanu Reeves. He wasn't cutting his hair. He's like, I got another John Wick movie. I'm not growing my hair back, bro.
That's actually kind of fair.
I'm not doing that. You can get an instant now.
He doesn't have that bald head cut probably either. So yeah, he's like, yeah.
Like, no, we ain't doing that, fam. My hair ain't the same. I'm a lot older now. You know when these Matrix movies came out? A long time. Oh, reference to Shang-Chi. One of the producers on Shang-Chi also produced on the Matrix. So it's actually a scene that will remind you of the Matrix and the Shang-Chi.
They always do a callback to somebody, like a shout out to somebody that's working on it. And we're happy with that.
Yeah.
So back to the Venom thing though, for sure though. I'm excited to see if they write Carnage correctly. If you write this gotta be the darkest one like that you've ever. There's gotta be a dark movie. Like every scene Carnage is in except for the action ones. This gotta be a dark movie. Like this dude literally is supposed to be the incarnate of the most evil god ever. So I gotta write Carnage right.
Yeah, and he gotta go write his name every time he murdered. Like he doing the comment, just write Carnage was here. So that's his thing. If he don't do that, I'm gonna be really disappointed. But yeah, then you got Eternals in November. It's a good movie slate. I'm happy. And then thankfully Shang-Chi did so well that movies like, hey, we can probably do this if the movie good enough, because Shang-Chi had the largest box office in Memorial Day history. So
what's the last Marvel movie we got?
Before this one, Black Widow. Black Widow was decent.
Oh, that's right, Black Widow. And I haven't even brought myself to watch that yet. But
it's not really important to what they doing now because she no longer here. So it's an alright movie. It wasn't the best, but it was alright. I ain't mad.
If people kill me in the main timeline, y'all gotta do some kind of filler for me before I die. Like
yeah, what I did while this was going on. So okay. But it's interesting. Introduce some interesting characters that I'm looking forward to seeing in Hawkeye. So that's a fun thing.
Absolutely. I mean, while we in film, man, if you want to go ahead and lead us into our first topic.
Oh yeah, we talking about Akon, and Michael K. Williams unfortunately passed away. A lot of people saying it was from an overdose, and that's a constant thing in Hollywood. But so RIP to him, prayers to his family, prayers to everyone. But this came with our topic today, which came from Akon, who heard the story and was deeply hurt and told people simply that rich people got it harder than poor people, which caused a stir on the internet because that sounds insane.
Mm.
I think he might have, I don't want to misquote him. He might have said had more problems, which I would say could be true in a way. Because you probably do have more problems, more money, more problems. But
So make sure you like and subscribe.
yeah, so like and subscribe, hit that
We need more
notification bell, all that, because we do this we do this a lot now. I don't know, we put out videos so much.
Yeah.
But we doing reactions. I'm gonna start doing Zell reacts too. We're gonna start doing all kind of stuff. But
Get you a Zell React shirt, by the way. Just throwing that out there. We just
yeah.
want more problems. But go ahead. What you thought?
Yeah, and but that leads us to the topic. The first topic we're gonna talk about. We got set topics, more money, more problems. And do rich people, which more problems, yes. Do they have it harder? No, depending on how he said it. Depending on, because I saw some quote say something different. I didn't watch the whole clip because I'm like, I don't care because he's talking too long. He was talking about a whole bunch of other stuff before that. And I'm like, I don't really care though. So I know people that come in like, oh my God, you don't even care about what he's saying. I'm like, look, Joe is bored right now.
No,
But,
I hadn't made
but I want to talk about it, dude. And I want to go through this concept. Unico, do rich people have it harder or do they have more problems? Or is it a nuance in it?
So I'm gonna get into it. As we know, I'll go into it deeper on "Do You Hear Me" with Unico Williams this weekend. But um, I had a situation where I had no money at all. I had no access to my money whatsoever for a whole week. Um, I still don't, but hopefully by the time we get to that show, we will. But so this is what happened. I learned to do without, and it was like I didn't drink. I didn't drink as much, and um so yeah, so I didn't drink as much like I would typically. I might have a couple of beers, whereas I might have had to make a half a beer kind of stretch, and then we get to the rest of with put that bucket of refrigerator. We recovering out here. We recovering alcoholics. But with that being said, something as small as me drinking beer, and then me taking my money away from me, and it was like, well, I guess I really don't need it, do I? And but when I have a lot of money, like this past Labor Day weekend, I didn't have a lot of money. But had I had a lot of money, then I would have been on Hennessy and I would have been faded, and then I would have been hungover until like Wednesday or Thursday. And it just would have been a whole mess. And I would have been mad at myself for spending so much money, blah, 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 buying random food that I didn't need. You know what I'm saying? So I think when you got more money, you have more access to things, and then you might be more willing to try some extra stuff. Or I think about like back in the day with Bobby Brown, like he liked crack a lot, man. Like he liked it a lot. And so did Whitney. Whitney loved it to the day she went out. Like she was loving the coke. She loved everything.
What wouldn't it say in that interview? Crack is whack.
She sat up there and lied to that woman on national TV.
Didn't she say she did some other stuff? Crack is whack. We do hard. Mad TV. Y'all, I know y'all not old enough, but Mad TV used to kill me with that.
Mad TV
Crack is whack. I do cocaine.
Harry Spears carried that whole show, by the way. Definitely look up Mad TV clips. That's where Jordan Peele and Michael Key, that's where they met. If we're all youngsters out there. But yeah, man, it gives you more access to stuff. You know what I like a lot? And then speaking of cocaine, I've had cocaine before, and it's amazing. It's God.
We don't encourage you to do cocaine.
No, like definitely don't do it, but it's amazing. And I feel like if I had the money back in the time when I had an addictive personality like that, I would probably be in a rough shape, honestly. If I had the money to do it constantly. But it's such an expensive drug. It's like, man, shoot, I don't like it that much. when you a millionaire like that, and we're just getting past the passing of Mac Miller. We're just in a sense going back thinking about that. Just a few days ago, Mac Miller passed away, rest in peace, due to an overdose. Um, it is rough. So you got more access to it, and you got more access to the bullshit too, man. Right now, in and around my city, Indianapolis is out there right now. They are lacing weed now with fentanyl. So you have more opportunities to overdose, and more opportunities to run into some bag. So me, I'm not that rich, so I don't run into much that I can really just be super addicted to. Yes, we drink a little bit, but at the end of the day, we can't drink all day because it amounts to a lot. But when you just got extra funds, I mean, these cats got $100,000 cars, $1 million cars, so they got that kind of money to spend on infinite supply of drugs. So, yeah, I think it is. I think it is a little bit harder for rich people in regards to your demons. I think it's easier for your demons to attack you. And
My
if you have any kind of addictive personality at all, like you can have whatever you want at your leisure. Yeah, man. I believe I'm with Akon on that. He does have it harder. That's rich people do have it more hard, especially when it comes to demons.
Yeah, in terms of that, I say I don't know if they have it harder. I think they have more problems. I don't know if they have it harder. It's a difference between me falling into my vices, right? And me choosing my vices and being peer pressured by other rich people to do vices, because that's what happens. You go to LA, I don't know a person from LA that never sniffed cocaine before. I don't. That's unfortunate. I don't suggest you do it because most of them they rich and they still look terrible when they not in makeup. So and they gotta they gotta do it, and they gotta party, and they gotta live this life, and it's not good. But to me, that's more problem because you have more access, so you do have more problems. That's why even though I knew what he said, I just said that in a way because I do think you have more problems. You also got fake friends who just want to be your friends to get access to things. You have all those other different issues that poor people might not have. But is it harder? No, it's not hard. Why me falling into my vices versus me possibly losing my home is a little different on a stress test in terms of harsh. Like knowing I'm rich but falling into vices, it's like you picking between having fake friends or possibly you and your kids living on the street. You probably rather deal with fake friends, but that don't mean it's not hard. So I don't want to dismiss it. Like going through that mental anguish of constantly having people in your life who just yes men and people that's trying to get your money or people trying to use you to get to another spot. That is very difficult mentally. But when your light's about to go out and them people say you gotta get out your house, that's a different level right there. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna live next month compared to Akon, who I promise I ain't had a problem with where he gonna live for 20 years at least. That's another level of stress. Because most of what you talking about is mostly like comes to personal choice.
And I was in a sense responding to it from a space that Akon was coming at. I was staying in the space that he was commenting on. He was commenting on the it's easier to have access to things that can really ruin you.
Yeah.
So I was speaking from that space. I mean, is it harder? Man, it's tough to be poor, man. Period.
Yeah,
I get that. I'm just saying, just from a personal and moral standpoint, I just think it's a little bit harder to keep your morals a little bit.
and I don't blame Akon in a way for thinking that way because it's been a long time since he's been poor. Akon was rich when I was little. So he hasn't been poor in a long, and I tell everybody this, people always say don't ever forget where you came from. You ain't never had nothing. No. Get rich for 10 years. I guarantee you ain't gonna remember that feeling. Cause this how I know. Ask my dad how it felt to be a sharecropper. He give honest answers when he was living. He said, I don't remember that feeling. All I know is I had to survive. These people trying to kill us out here in the South in the 1950s and 60s. We had to survive. I went to a war and got spit on when I came back. I don't really remember how that felt. You know how long ago that was? I built a house and I had this house for 20, 30 years now. Living decently. I don't remember that struggle like that. And I like, and them the little conversations I remember. But you really don't remember. I don't care how hard you try. It's hard for you to remember struggling when you ain't struggling a long time. It's just like you shooting a jump shot or running or do something you ain't did in a long time. It ain't the same. Like I ain't ran in since COVID happened. If I go out there and sprint right now, it ain't gonna feel the same. Like did my body feel like this before I did COVID?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I definitely get of it.
Yeah, so your mental's gonna do the same thing. Like, oh, am I feeling this? I don't remember how that feel because I ain't experienced it in a long time. You grow with experience. Jay-Z said it. Oh, you got rich, you changed. He said, I didn't get rich to stay the same. Like, that's always so fake. You get rich, you change. Bro, no, most time people around you change. Like, right now, people like slick, like, give you that, hey, bro, I see what you doing. Remember me when you make it? I'm like, bro. And me and Joe had this conversation a months ago when he first started experiencing a little bit of that. But yeah, when they see you might do something and they see you doing something interesting, they do that just in case stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like I see what you're doing on I see you doing your podcast. I see what you doing your thing. I see you doing that Twitch stuff. I see you doing that with that business. You got that NASA stuff. I see you, my guy. I done got used to it, so it don't bother me no more. So Joe kind of getting used to it. So it's like, just in case you blow up, I'm gonna tell you, yo, man, you remember I was for you, bro. They ain't never watched the video. They ain't bought a lick of merch. Ain't watched the video. Didn't even put a like on the video. Didn't even share it on Facebook. They do none of that. But when you get, and Joe, we experienced that just doing interesting things. Just imagine if you had it, what people would do.
Oh man, I struggled with that this past weekend too. Like I was on this super duper egotistical tequila fueled a tirade. Like on Sunday, I was like 100% like you always talking about how dope you think I am. What you mean you ain't trying to kick it? You know, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it wasn't like no uber aggressive, but it was just one of those things like I was in my feelings about like, you know, you always saying this, you always saying that, talk about how great I am. But then I look on Facebook or something and you crying about some boy. And I'm like, daggone, I just try to holler at you. You know what I'm saying? So I was pulling cards like that. But it's like, you know, they hit me with a quick heart or a hard eye every now and then, just in case things do pop off, which I mean, you betting on a good horse there. But the thing is that, you know, what you mean? Remember you was tripping over that dude when I tried to holler at you the club? Cause see, you know, I write this story. No, I wouldn't say that for do you hear me? But that's what I'm saying is that's, you know, it might have been tequila field, but a lot of it was true. I was speaking my true heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and you right. That's a good term to use, that just in case stuff. But we over that now. We just working hard. We just gonna make it, and whoever for us is for us, and whatever is for us is for us. We just gotta keep putting it to work. So
yeah, man, it's gonna be a lot of just in case people, and then them just in case people turn to yes men and all that stuff once you get to a certain level, because people wanna get in on that. And then once you become super rich, people trying in self-preservation mode. So it's hard trying to get a real feeling of things. That's why it's always good to have a friend that tell you how it is, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, it's a lot of problems when you get rich, because you got to deal with that. You got to deal with all kind of different things, man. So it's a lot. Hey, let's talk about something fun. You know what's fun, Joe?
what's fun?
September 11th, Donald Trump is
on September 11th of all
yeah,
time.
he is commentating the Evander Holyfield fight. And at this fight, they have these little conferences, right? They have these little conferences where they talk to the commentators and the people that's gonna be there. And somebody asked Trump, What if you fought Joe Biden? Trump said he'll knock Joe Biden out in a few seconds. He said, I'll knock him out in a few seconds, won't even last long. So it got me thinking, Joe. Who would win, honestly? Who you think would win between Joe Biden and Donald Trump? You know, boxing match. Or let's do it. Let's do a presidential boxing. Let's just go over all the presidents. We got William Taft, Ulysses S. Grant's a psychopath, Andrew Jackson like a true sociopath that might knock somebody out. Abraham Lincoln got that reach though. But first we're gonna go over who you think, Donald Trump or Joe Biden, before we get into everybody.
So I think Trump just need to grab a hold of Biden and then just kind of hope he fall on top of him. I don't see it being a whole lot of action, honestly. I don't see it being a whole lot of action. Like I don't see him getting down. I don't see him going to work. I don't see none of that. I just think if Trump can grab Biden, cool. And then
if he grabs him, Joe Biden might go to sleep and sniff him.
Yeah, I hate to say it. I'm gonna give it to Trump. I'm gonna give Trump that one. I know that Trump.
You think that weight class too much?
It's the weight class, and I think like for two old niggas, Trump is significantly younger than Joe Biden. So I mean, Joe has showed us that. I mean, he can't even have his Peloton up in there. So I mean, he works out apparently. Man, hold on. Now I think about it, man. Joe might be a sneaky athlete, man.
He get enough rest. I know that.
He may actually if he can keep Trump from off of him, I think he can take that one. What you think?
It'd be tough. But I know I seen Joe doing his Pilates out there, you know what I'm saying? That might be number, he get a lot of sleep. I know he be in them conferences with them leaders, he be out there snapping, so he get a lot of rest. Trump up here at night. Yeah, Trump stay up to 4 a.m., bro. I don't know, man. He stay up too late, bro. He might not have no energy. Like Joe done just got fresh off his nap, bro. Trump throw them little...
speaking of coke.
But you know what I'm saying? Trump might get off his nap, boy. He done took that horse tranquilizer. Trump be ready, boy. But then Biden got them Pilates. He been sleeping all day. He full of energy. But Joe got to get him out there quick, though, if he gonna get him, though. Because Trump, like you said, Trump big heavy, so gonna just follow him.
Trump party's good, man. I mean, we just talking about more money, more problems, and we talking about fighting demons and stuff. That dude takes his demons head on. He don't even call them demons no more.
Yeah. What other presidents you think got? Hey, man, because we got to talk. Hey, Theodore Roosevelt, he got shot. He took, boy, you know, he was a bear hunter. You know what I mean? He had old dude from Mississippi out there. You know what I'm saying? He hunt bears and stuff. You know, Theodore Roosevelt might take the presidential boxing charge. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think the most athletic of all of them would have been Obama. So, I mean, I think Obama definitely, from the tell of the tape, is the more athletic of the two, of all of them.
So you don't think Theodore Roosevelt, the bear hunter, couldn't handle him, man? You know what I'm saying?
This fat ass ain't about to do nothing out there.
And he took a bullet and sat there and gave a speech while he got shot.
Yeah, this is disrespectful. This nigga's dead.
You is so disrespectful to the president. Pledge allegiance to the flag. Go right there. Go find a flag and pledge allegiance to it.
Kennedy looked kind of athletic.
Oh yeah, you got JFK.
Kind of young.
Andrew Jackson was a psychopath, so he wouldn't mind punching people. I
mean, he was literally a general, right?
Yeah, and he basically murdered all my people. So he's a psychopath. You know what I'm saying? He on a $20 bill after murdering everybody. Okay, who else we got? Who else? I'm trying to think. Bill Clinton? You think Bill Clinton look like he's so smacked he wouldn't feel nothing?
Man, Bill is gonna be the commentator. He's not gonna fight, bro.
I don't know if you can even get Bill to commentate. Bill might have a girl somewhere going crazy. You're like, what Bill go?
Bill and Nixon would be the announcers for this historical presidential fight.
What's the ring guy? That's who Richard Nixon be. No, that'd be Nixon. I'm not a crook. And then he got the in this corner. You know, he got that voice. That's corner.
I just feel like that would be the best for commentating. I think that'd be pretty good commentary. you know, got because Nixon would be like the heel. He would be like your boy MJK or M whatever his name is, from AEW.
Oh,
He would
MJF.
like he would just be this super duper heel. I think like
He'll
him
be
and
the
Trump.
manager, so he'll be the manager.
That'd be good. That'd be good. Nixon would make a good manager. Yeah, he gets such a bad rap. Reagan would be maybe Reagan could be an announcer. He could just sip and lie to people.
Yeah, and Reagan be forgetting where he is and stop playing rubber ducks. What's President Reagan doing?
Yeah.
He has dementia. Leave him alone. Yeah, they real life had that man out there with dementia and pretending like he was killing it. I'm like, bro, this dude clearly had dementia, bro.
He would sit next to his wife who would speak basically after he got to like a certain age. They was like, yeah. About Jimmy Carter, man. I mean, I know we're talking about a whole bunch of like new, but I mean, America's roughly new in its 4-year term, so we've only had.
You think Jimmy Carter too good of a man to throw a punch, man? I believe he wouldn't do it, bro. Like, he ain't about that life. Oh, you Ulysses S. Grant? He was a big dude. He was like 6'2", but he was crazy too. He burnt down Atlanta.
That doesn't make him crazy. He did what needed to be done.
Yeah, he did.
I think life would have been better had they never burned Atlanta.
Nah, once he burned Atlanta, all the black people moved up. Civil War, burn Atlanta. This will be the place of the blacks. Say it ain't true though. The main racist city in the world during the civil rights movement, if y'all know the history of it, Atlanta was like a beacon of racism. Like, you remember that Tyler Perry bought that biggest slave farm in the world to make his studio on?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Atlanta is literally the biggest, like, racist place on earth. Ulysses S. Grant, during the Civil War, burnt it down, and now it's the beacon of black people. Like, when you think of black people in America, you like Atlanta.
I'm just saying, like, they burnt it down. They built Lenox Mall first, and then it's like we'll just figure it out from here. We'll figure it out from here.
What other presidents would be George? Thomas Jefferson getting whooped, dog. I'm telling you right now, he probably last play.
No, actually, that person would be Taft.
You think William Taft was tough too, bro? It was hard to get past. Like, you punch him, I don't think he'll feel it.
No, I'm trying to think who was it. Oh, I'm thinking of Calvin Coolidge. My bad. I like Calvin Coolidge, although I love some of Taft's policies. I don't mean to get to the historian part, but I like Taft. He has some pretty good financial ideals for America. But Calvin Coolidge, he was sickly and stuff, so I think he would be the one that would lose. He was sickly and super duper skinny.
Yeah, so we got, man, I don't know though, man. So you think Thomas Jefferson got them hands?
I don't know. I can't really say, man. These niggas was in books, so I didn't get to like watch them do stuff. I feel like
Gerald Ford look like he about crazy, bro.
Washington was probably tougher than Jefferson. Washington was in that field, man.
You know what I'm saying? Washington was out there. He was the most famous person. Who else there? I'm trying to look up some other names. Y'all tell us some names that we mentioned and why y'all think they were one in the comments. Matter of fact, I might put this on Instagram. Nah, y'all can listen to it. But yeah, man, who y'all think? I know Andrew Jackson out here. Who else? John Tyler. John Tyler look old as I don't know what. James Pope. I don't think he got no. Andrew Johnson. Yeah, the Andrew Johnson, the one that did all that crazy stuff. Grover Cleveland out here looking big.
Grover's big. He big. He one of them ones. You know, we might have to break it down into to weight class, man.
Oh yeah,
weight class because it was a couple of big boys out there. So
Dwight D. Eisenhower look like he got hands.
Eisenhower.
Yeah, he got hands out there, boy. I tell you. Hey, y'all let us know in the comments what president y'all think got the best hand. Joe said Obama. I said maybe Theodore Roosevelt. He a bear
I
hunter,
just
bro. I gotta go with the bear hunter.
I just see him saying I'm from Chicago, bitch. To start every fight. You know how
Yo,
every like when you play Mortal Kombat or you play Injustice, they got their own intro. All you're gonna do is say Southside ho, and then that's it.
yo,
Like,
what's that show? What's that?
Manhattan,
What's that
you're
show?
fired.
Then just get whooped.
What's that old show on MTV was called? We need that back.
I don't know.
What's it when
Play
they used to fight Celebrity Deathmatch?
Celebrity Deathmatch, yeah. Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, just have the presidential edition, which is all the presidents have a Royal Rumble.
That was like the last of the controversial deep like times, like where it was cool.
But South Park still out here making everybody
It's
upset.
not as controversial.
South Park is every year they release one special that get everybody upset. Well, the people that get upset.
No, like okay, so they had the vaccination thing, but like even then, that's tame compared to like I took the world's biggest shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they had some pretty controversial stuff. That I mean, we forget about the Ethiopia. What was his name? Starving Marvin, dog. They named the Ethiopian dude Starving Marvin, dog.
You know, Simpsons used to do stuff like that too. Family Guy, Simpsons.
Oh man, yeah, man.
American Dad was hilarious. He like ultra conservative dude with like a real liberal family.
Oh, who? Peter?
No, American Dad.
Oh, American Dad. Yeah.
Yo, but it
Yeah,
was
he hated his house. The only thing that was right about his household is that his wife didn't work and she had blonde hair. Everything else was like, nigga, it is aliens out here. Your son want to be a Twitch star one day. And happens to love singing R&B.
daughter like a hippie from Portland.
Hippie from Portland as his daughter. I mean, a German fish that just tells stories. I mean, man, that's the greatest thing about American Dad when they try to get Steve to sing a national anthem, and he was like, "Why are you singing it like that? Like what? Like?" And I feel like all the black people in the world was like, "What you mean singing it like that, Stan?" He was going on runs and stuff, man. Yeah, man, that was Celebrity Deathmatch. That was good shit, man.
It was a good show. What other controversial show? It was
A lot of them, man. Even Jersey Shore at some point was super controversial.
controversy sold then because WWE was super controversial.
I think we had to stop being controversial in like 2013. I think that was like
when they started getting all them TV deals and start working with Disney and all that. But I understand Disney got a rep. But I was thinking today that somebody was like, "Who the best heels of all time?" When I was looking up MJF, and I'm like, MJF, what he did last night, everybody went crazy for. But I don't know if that would make it in top 20 of Randy Orton's sickest things he ever did.
Well, I mean, Cincinnati's a pretty easy target.
Yeah, it is. But Randy Orton's sick moments was like twisted. It was so unique. This dude said Eddie Guerrero right after he passed away. Said Eddie Guerrero Ray is in there, and I'm like, whoa, this man just died. Then he did handcuff Triple H and then kissed his wife, Stephanie. I'm like, oh, he pushed Mick Foley down some steps. I'm like, he punted like Mae Young in the head with a kick. And I'm like, this dude is sadistic. He burned down Bray Wyatt's house.
That was prime. Like, so like Vince was going into dementia and he somehow popped out of it a little bit, but like he fed into it before he got treated, and then that's Randy Orton. He just fed into it for a while. It's like, no, let my mind go. That's like Kanye. He was like, I like to be off my meds sometimes. It makes me feel better. Yeah, that's prime Vince McMahon stuff, man, right there. Vince wrote all that.
I'm like, and Randy Orton was just willing to do. Everybody's like, I don't know if I like this storyline, dog. And Randy Orton like, I'll go out there and do
it. Who kick Mae Young? Hell yeah.
You want me to tell? You know my friend who just passed away, who was just wrestling like a month ago. He died. Oh, you want me to say he's in hell? Cool. Like, why? No. I remember Dean Ambrose talking about, or John Moxley that said about Roman Reigns. Like, they told me to say something about Roman. I'm like, I'm not saying this. What's wrong with you? Vince, you're sick.
Vince is sick.
I think that might be the difference on why it's not crazy, because they're like, Vince, we not doing that for money. And he like, okay, I want to do something crazy.
Now, I feel like he tries to get that little like to try to have that he tries to talk people into him like, come on, do it for Uncle Vinny. No, Mr. Big Man, you are my employer, and I have the right to tell you no.
Oh, but in the 90s, people were willing to do it too. They didn't care. That man had Trish Stratus doing everything.
Man, yeah, Trish out there. Like HBO porn style, bro.
Yeah, they're like Kiss My Ass Club. Like stick a face in it.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. I need to find a shirt with that, man. I forgot about the Kiss My Ass Club.
By the way, like and subscribe. Always follow us on all podcasts, social medias, and all that kind of things. Comment, come on, tell us what your thoughts on it. Tell me what you think about Vince McMahon, whatever controversy things. We just hanging out, chilling today. A little laid back podcast. We got one more topic to talk about. But
yeah, I was gonna say, I know one thing: Vince tells no lies, man. How about it? Or if he tells lies, they're just half truths. They're half truths.
Did you remember when Vince like said, "I'm wrestling God," and he made God like lose?
Yes.
Like, this is so like God in the ring. Oh, he's running from me. He's coming in the ring. Then he like had a light and just pinned the light. He said, I'm greater than God. I'm like, this man is sadistic. Yo, by the way, that's probably how the Attitude Era won, because this man really didn't care. Now he's too old to do all the crazy. Like, his son is crazy too, but for a different reason. Like my son, what's the Jeff? You know what Jeff Hardy did? I'm finna go twice as high, and I'm finna just
three
jump.
times as rich. Be 3 times as rich as him, but still will do it.
Yeah, Jeff Hardy just do cool things. Like, I get scared when Shane did stuff, and I'm like, he get that from his dad. And I feel like Stephanie's like mean part from her dad, and so she can like cut promos on people real good. But then she like her mama, so she kind of nice then. She ain't got like that psychopath do anything for entertainment.
I mean, let's not get it twisted. When Vince told her to go start wrestling, she went and got in the weight room, bro.
Oh yeah, she willing to do that much. I'm just talking about Vince.
No,
Vince would jump through a table at 80 years old. Like,
I'm just giving her flowers.
She
like,
wanted to
be like Chrissy, like we didn't even know he had a daughter, kind of thing. And then Vince was like, "All right, start trying to get the championship."
If we
got in the weight room,
if we give Stephanie her flowers for real though, she probably one of the best promos in wrestling history. People don't want to say it, but she would. Her and Chris Jericho used to go. Chris Jericho one of the best talkers, and they would go at it. Matter of fact, I saw Paul Heyman and Chris Jericho said my favorite person to do a promo with is Stephanie, because she ain't holding back, and I ain't got to hold back either. She's like, this is what we do, and I'm like, oh. But yeah, shout out to them. Shout out to wrestling, man. We got one more topic to talk about before we go. We just chilling, man. We just hanging. Y'all want to talk? We just got a bunch of
just kicking it, man. We just kicking. Wait, I got an apology episode this weekend, man. So we get back to the silly shit.
But yeah, we got it's some stuff going on, man. You know what I mean? Somehow just lost. There you go. He back. But yeah, apparently, like and subscribe. Please hit that notification bell. If you're on Google Podcasts and the other podcasts, hit that follow button. I know that wrestling part wasn't in the chapters, but I ain't got time to worry. We got 3 topics that we gonna talk about in between. Enjoy yourself. Have fun. Get you something to drink. We about done. Apparently Joe Rogan took some, what's it called? Investamine or whatever. The horse.
The stuff that's supposed to work in killing, effectively treating you for COVID. Invectrin?
Yeah, Invectrin. Apparently it's like some horse stuff that like they give a lot to, but humans can take it for a small amount. But that's not what we talking about today. But Joe Rogan said he allegedly might sue CNN. Unfortunately, I don't think that would actually work, because the news media knows how to manipulate the truth where they don't be held accountable for it.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck, they all do it. They say stuff and then they like list it under news, but they'll say it in a way that like it's not slanderous. Like, oh, he took this medicine that's meant for horses. Will he be okay? Make him look like, and then they discuss it like he's stupid. Like he took like a whole thing, like they give to the horses instead of just a little bit that they normally give. By the way, it doesn't do anything for you. I'm sorry. I don't understand why y'all just, if y'all scared to take a vaccine, why are y'all taking random medicine? Like, just don't take hydrochlorine, bro. I might sell some. Joe, let's sell something for COVID so people that ain't got the vaccine don't have to take. Like, how are you that anti-vax? You just taking random medicine. But
I'm in these streets. I'm in these streets at this point. On standing at every town hall meeting, at every school meeting.
Hey, you got that COVID? Yeah. You got that COVID?
I'm at all the PTA meetings with that. Y'all got. Hey, after you go into your rant, you sounded like you was a little short of breath during your rant. You need some of this?
It's a hydrochlorine right there.
After you get done with going in on your rant about the kids, we need to see the kids smile. Come on up here. I got a little something for you.
Yo, hydrochlorine and Vetramine, whatever you got, I got it for you. Or we can make a killing, bro. We know what the audience said, bro. Just find them. But yeah, what I wanted to talk about this subject was, is everything for entertainment? We've been kind of getting into this. This whole week been kind of theming on drama, hate, negativity. Like, is this where we at now? Do we need this feelings over facts, feelings over objectivity? Are we just people who just want people to agree with us? So we just listen to whoever agree with us, no matter if it's fact or not. Like, I saw a thing where they said the dogs were in cages and they left them in Afghanistan, so all the dog lovers were upset at Joe Biden. Like, Joe Biden's a monster. Democrats did this. And I'm like, and everybody like, that's not even true. That was just a picture of them on the plane while they were leaving. They left. I think we just left them on a plane and just left the plane. So, like, they just make up stories because we hate them.
Especially in that situation, I'm sure that if you have dogs over in Afghanistan, I'm 100% sure that you're attached to it enough to say, no, I'm taking my dog with me.
Yeah, so, but they did the same thing with, they don't really, left-winging people don't like Joe Rogan, bro. So he's like the enemy now. So every time he's talked, he like the leader of the anti-vax people now. I don't even know. I think Joe Rogan even might be vaccinated. I don't even know. I'm not sure. They don't quote me on it. Y'all let me know in the comments. Is Joe Rogan vaccinated? Because he might even be vaccinated, but he the leader of the anti-vax people now. So, like, everybody hate him now since Trump is literally, like, banned from the internet.
Yeah, and so his next big, man, it's going to be the biggest draw ever. Because everybody that is still waiting for their supreme leader to come back on television and speak, because he hasn't done anything. I haven't seen him speak. There's nothing.
He on Evander Holyfield fight.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's going to be the biggest draw I've ever seen. If he's commentating, because everybody wants to know, what is he going to say? Is, blah, 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 blah. What is he going to do? What is he going to say? So all his leaders are waiting for him. I mean, all his followers are waiting for him to come back. And then also the people that are looking for answers still as to what the hell happened January 6th. Like everybody's gonna be invested. We all want to know what our current what our last president, what is he about to say? So it's gonna be probably the biggest fight of the century. Like Jake Paul and Logan Paul should have tried this one first.
Yo, Jake Paul Donald Trump thing with Addison Rae coming.
That would have been the
demographic. Yo, Addison Rae now put out that trash movie. And it did well because kids love Addison Rae. They know that movie was trash. They even said it was trash, but they like Addison Rae. So now she got a big Netflix deal. Shout out to her. I ain't no hate. I just want you to know that movie trash. So we got to be honest, bro. Yo, Drake beat Donda in 3 days.
Yeah, because he has a bigger demographic than Kanye.
And he's more global. And he's global. So that's kind of, because Drake would sit there and sing a Spanish song in a minute. Yo, Drake is Jewish and he did an Arabic song. Did you see that?
That Tumlum
shit song? Bro, he's Jewish. He did an Arabic song. This man is a mark. He's like, yo, I'm getting every demographic.
He's the epitome of demon time. He is a demon.
Sure. So, yeah, but See, I saw a lot of people. I'm seeing a lot of people say Donda was better. But back on the subject, is that like you can't even get real news anymore because everybody's so leaning one way that people just gonna like lead their news to whoever their audience is. Like the first thing you taught in marketing now is to lean into your audience. And that's as a news person, news people, politician, anybody. No one's gonna tell you the truth anymore. You will very seldomly get somebody to tell you the truth. They know who their audience is. And I'm like, shit, we should start doing that more. Yo, Black Power. We just gonna come out there with a I am black shirt. Hey, we make that thing and just be like I am black and just go for the woke crowd. Let's go for the woke black crowd. Or we could go for the Kevin Samuels black crowd from the hood. That men feel like they're losing power, we could just attack that, you know what I mean? And just go like, women ain't you know what I'm saying?
Well, we can go like you and talk about the history of women, black women at that.
Shout out to the black women. We love black women here.
Okay.
Yo, bro. I don't care. I like black women. But I love y'all. I can't not love y'all, bro. Y'all my queen. But sometimes y'all be on that bush. But I still love you. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I love them too, man. But I got a thing for them yellow girls, man. But hey, that's all I got on these topics today, man. You got anything to bring us out of here?
Man, just remember love, peace, happiness. Do your thing. Be you, no matter what they say. And before we get off, Joe, I got a question. Are we so afraid of our nightmares we scared to dream?
Nigga, I saw you put that on Facebook like yesterday, and I still don't understand.
Basically,
I understand what you're saying. I still don't like. I understand what you're saying. It's just nothing I ever thought about because I'm not worried about no nightmare.
hey man, people out here scared to go after their dream because they scared, they fear what the bad that might happen. What is a nightmare? Whatever, a bad dream. So my dream not ending up what I want to be. That's a nightmare. So are we too afraid to dream because we have nightmares? And remember to keep stepping. Why? Because something amazing can happen. Peace.